Have you ever sliced an onion and felt your eyes water? It's a very familiar, very human experience. But what if I told you that for the ancient Egyptians, that same humble vegetable held a power far beyond making a cook cry? What if it was whispered to hold the very secret to eternal life itself? A simple, round, pungent onion possessing the ability to help guide the dead back to life. This wasn't just a fanciful myth. It was a deeply held belief that shaped some of the most sacred rituals. The story of the onion in ancient Egypt is a tale of magic, medicine, and the eternal hope for an afterlife. The Egyptians had a profound and complex relationship with death. For them, it was not an end but a transition, a difficult journey to a paradise known as the Field of Reeds. To make this journey successful, the deceased needed all the help they could get. They were buried with prized possessions, protective amulets, and of course, food and drink. Among these provisions, the onion stood out. It was more than just a simple vegetable packed for a long trip. It was a magical tool, a ritualistic object believed to possess potent regenerative powers. Its presence in a tomb was a deliberate and powerful statement, a prayer for rebirth made manifest in the form of a humble bulb. Imagine archaeologists carefully brushing away the dust of millennia from a newly discovered tomb. Inside, alongside golden masks and intricate hieroglyphs, they find not jewels, but onions. This has happened more than once. Onions have been found placed in the eye sockets of mummies, nestled in their hands, or simply scattered around the body. The great pharaoh Ramesses IV, who ruled over 3,000 years ago, was discovered with small onions carefully placed where his eyes would have been. This wasn't a mistake or a quirky personal preference. It was a calculated ritual, a belief so strong that it was afforded to the most powerful ruler in the land, a king on his way to becoming a god. So, why this particular vegetable? The Nile Valley was fertile and produced a wide variety of foods. Egyptians cultivated garlic, leeks, lettuces, and beans. Yet none of these held the same sacred status as the onion. Its significance was woven into the very fabric of their spiritual world. The onion was associated with strength, endurance, and most importantly, with the cyclical nature of life, death, and rebirth. This wasn't merely about its nutritional value, though it was a staple food. Its power was believed to come from its unique physical properties, which the Egyptians observed with keen eyes and interpreted through the lens of their own profound desire for immortality. The ancient Egyptians believed that the onion's most magical property was its strong, sharp smell. This wasn't seen as a mere culinary characteristic. It was interpreted as a vital life force. The Egyptian word for onion, when written in hieroglyphs, was closely related to words associated with air and breath. They observed that its potent aroma could make one's eyes water and make one's nose run, signs of a body's active response. To them, this was not an irritation but a powerful reaction, a sign of life being stimulated. They reasoned that if an onion could have such a strong effect on the living, its power must be even greater when applied to the dead. This belief connected directly to one of the most important rituals for the deceased, the opening of the mouth ceremony. This rite was performed on the mummy or on a statue of the deceased just before it was sealed in the tomb. A priest would use special instruments to symbolically touch the mouth, touch the eyes, touch the nose, magically restoring their ability to function in the afterlife. It is widely believed that onions played a key role in this ceremony. The priest would present an onion to the mummy's nose, its pungent scent intended to magically induce the first breath of the afterlife. The onion was, in essence, a divine tool used to literally breathe life back into the dead. Beyond its powerful scent, the very structure of the onion was a source of deep symbolic meaning for the ancient Egyptians. An onion is not a solid object. It is made of concentric circles, layer wrapped within layer, all protecting a central core. When you slice an onion in half, you reveal this intricate nested design. For the Egyptians, who saw symbolism in everything, this structure became a metaphor for eternity, life within life. Each layer represented a different stage of existence, wrapping around the soul's core and leading to an eternal center, a model of the cosmos in miniature, a universe of endless, cyclical life. This idea of nested layers resonated deeply with Egyptian cosmology and their understanding of the soul. They believed that a person was composed of multiple spiritual parts: Ka, the life force; Ba, the personality. The onion structure, with its many skins enveloping a single heart, mirrored this complex view of the self. Just as one had to peel back the onion's layers to reach its center, The soul had to navigate the various realms of the underworld to achieve unification and rebirth. For the ancient Egyptians, there was no strict line separating the sacred from the everyday. Magic and religion permeated daily life, including what they ate. The onion is perhaps the best example of this fusion. It was one of the most widely cultivated and consumed vegetables in the Nile Valley, a cheap and nutritious food that formed the backbone of the Egyptian diet. It was eaten raw, cooked in stews, roasted as a side dish, by everyone from the poorest farmer to the wealthiest noble. Its accessibility made it a food of the people, a taste of home familiar and comforting to all. Yet this everyday staple was simultaneously one of their most sacred objects. This dual nature is what makes the onion so unique in the Egyptian worldview. It sustained the living body, and through ritual was believed to sustain the eternal soul. Offering lists in tombs illustrate this. Onions appear alongside bread, beer, and other basic provisions for the deceased. The onion, with its powerful life force, was considered especially nourishing for the spirit. Ultimately, the onion story is a window into the Egyptian mindset. They saw the world alive with magic and meaning. They did not see a humble vegetable, they saw a potent symbol of eternity, a pungent, layered, and powerful promise of new and everlasting life, perhaps just one breath away.